name's Dean Denner.
All right, and how long have you lived in Manhattan?
I've lived in Manhattan since the late 70s.
Awesome. What brought you to Manhattan?
I came here to write my master's degree program in holistic
And when did you build the first statue?
First statue is St. Francis of Assisi, and when the first Gulf War happened, that's when it was built. That's the short answer.
Tell me why you chose St. Francis of Assisi.
Absolutely. I remember the very night that it happened, and so I have 4 kids, and that night we decided that we were going to have pizza for supper, something different. What the heck? And so I drove to Pizza Hut, Aggieville, Morrill Street, to get pizza. And on the TV, they were showing live bombing of Iraq. And I was amazed. I was amazed because I was foolish enough to think that we weren't going to do that anymore. But if we kind of had learned that war just didn't really work, like Vietnam was a pretty big lesson. And obviously I was wrong. And I was also shocked that it was like a video game. We're watching how good we are at killing people. And so I just thought we really needed some peaceful images for all of us. And St. Francis is that kind of image. And so I have a friend that lives a couple blocks down the alley who is a professional tree cutter. So he had this log laying in the alley. I'd walked past it lots of times. And I said, Maury, can I buy this log from you? And he said, why would you want a log this big? And I said, because I want to create a statue of St. Francis. And he said, if you want to create a statue of St. Francis, I'll bring it to your yard. And then I went and talked to the guy who is my mechanic, and he has a tow truck. And I said, Clay, can I hire you to set up this log, that probably weighs half a ton in my front yard so I can make a statue of St. Francis? And he said, no, you can't hire me, I'll do it for free. And then there was a neighbor's grandson who I had seen working in his yard, and all I'd ever seen, he pruned for his grandparents. They were too old to do that. And all I'd ever seen him make was a bench. And I said, Josh, you want to carve St. Francis?
Come, you masters of war, you that build the big guns, you that build the death planes, you that build all the bombs.
How did the war in Vietnam affect you, and how did that shape who you are?
Well, I grew up in a German Lutheran farm family. So the idea that there wasn't much separation between God and country. They were understood to be pretty much one and the same. And loyalty to family, loyalty to God, loyalty to country, loyalty to work, they were all the very same fabric. And I experienced cognitive dissonance. If indeed Jesus teaches us to be nonviolent, and if Jesus teaches us to treat all people with respect and kindness, then war doesn't make any sense. And especially a war, what was Vietnam about? Was it about oil? Maybe it was. Was it about national pride? Was it about fear of communism because that's something evil? Whatever it was about, it just didn't make any sense to me. And so that seriously shaped my whole life, actually, because it led me to invest my adult life in alternative energy, and it also led me to be more clear about the importance of nonviolence in the world.
Ship's wise men will remind you once again that the whole wide world is watching.
St. Francis of Assisi is associated with animals often, correct?
Yes.
Does that have any kind of effect on the other two statues?
No. St. Francis of Assisi, for me, is about living peaceably with all creatures, which includes humans as well as non-humans. The others are about fun. The others are about, it's good to live in a place where you just enjoy beauty and entertainment.